Hey everybody, this is Spring Gathering. Dave Canterbury Spring Gathering 2012. We're at the Maine Primitive Skills School. We spent a large chunk of the last week or so preparing 200 bow drill kits to bring to the gathering. We've got 12 apprentices running around helping people out. We got Braden right there, helping a kid get fire, giving some instruction. And Greg's next to him over there, helping out. And over there, we've got Christine and Dakota instructing as well. I guess 200 kits weren't enough. Next year we'll have to get maybe 500. Here's Mike, the director of the Maine Primitive Skills School, giving a lecture on debris hut shelter building. This is the introduction before the actual workshop.
We're limited to this. You're suffering. It's a comment on your skill level, not on nature.
So it's about 2 hours later since the last footage that I saw Courtney working with the same boy. And 2 hours working with one person. That's determination on both sides. With 12 staff instructors here at the gathering, we can afford to provide this type of personal instruction. So we're going on about 2.5 hours now, Courtney working with this individual. And now Dakota has come in to help. So there's not only the mentoring piece of Courtney mentoring this young boy, but now Dakota's here too. So there's peer mentoring going on between Courtney and Dakota, and they're both mentoring this boy to get fire. And even though it's taking this boy hours to get a fire going, at the end of the day he is going to have learned so much more than the person who gets down on the bow drill and gets a fire within 5 minutes.
We brought a suite of kids' games to the gathering that were selected to encourage the development of tracking and awareness skills. We started with high-energy activities like this game of Spring Robins, which teaches spatial awareness and shares basic bird behavior concepts. We decreased the energy level while increasing the focus ability of the players. My son Dakota adopts the role of peer mentor to share basic track pattern knowledge by first demonstrating and then having other kids move like alternate walkers, bounders, and gallopers.
So this time, your feet propel and your hands catch you, so you're like this. Right? Go ahead, give it a try. It is kind of like a frog, isn't it?
The progression continues with an imaginative approach to charades. This activity is found in tracking cultures around the world and develops intuitive tracking.
You said a cat?
Yeah, she said cat.
Okay, that's your turn.
To develop attention to detail, focus, and memory, we play Kim's Game, where participants have to remember items after viewing them for 30 seconds, and then a blanket is placed over them.
We're going to review what people saw. What do you remember?
I remember a can, kitchen bag.
Okay, just do one item.
Oh, a knife.
Okay, what about this knife? Does anybody remember the details? Was it green, blue, black, red? Any other objects?
There's
Did
a
we get them all?
shell. Oh, there were like a lot. There were like 3 skulls.
3 skulls?
4 skulls.
What kind of skulls from what animal?
Dinosaur.
No.
Looks like a wolf. 2 and 3.
Anybody know what animals are attached to these skulls?
Wolf.
I see a snake. I see a snake skull.
Okay, so let's take this one for example. This animal, do you think it eats plants or do you think it eats animals?
Animals.
Why do you think it eats animals?
Because it's a
Right.
snake.
Look at his teeth. Alright. What else do we know about this animal? See how big these circles are?
Has big eyes.
Big eyes. So my left
Because our modern life keeps us in our heads, we share movement activities designed to develop body awareness, flexibility, and fluidity as one moves across the landscape.
Bend my right knee and propel my left hip forward. Yes. Yes. Now just smooth it out. It's like I'm going to dive into a swimming pool, and at the last moment I'm going to corkscrew this and use your left hand for support. So I'm like this, and then I'm tucking my head and rolling across my shoulder.
Alright, watch out, I'm coming through.
Alright, I'll watch out.
These movement drills develop kinesthetic awareness. Combined with aspects of terrain awareness like plant and tree identification, participant skill levels in everything from shelter building to fire starting improve dramatically.
You know, I think that throughout time, primitive peoples made pilgrimages to do not only trade goods, but to trade knowledge. I think that's an important thing that we can take a lesson from in history. And I think that by bringing several survival schools and different mentalities and different visions together in one spot with a captive audience, have the chance to not only learn from each other, but to also teach each other and pass on the tribal knowledge as a group, not as an individual.
The term common ground applies. We all have a brief experience on this earth, and shelter, water, fire, and food, those are things we all need. There is so much energy out there to divide people from each other. These skills, regardless of background, geographic location, language, they tend to give you the opportunity to see what we have in common and to cherish experiences. When people do this sort of thing here where people from all over the country, different countries are coming around, you leave as friends. You come in as a stranger and you leave as friends. Within 5 days, you see relationships, bonds build that last a lifetime based on sharing these skills because they're real.
I absolutely agree with everything that you just said, and I think that the relationship that we've built between the Maine Primitive Skills School and the Pathfinder School this week is going to be a lasting bond that we're going to use as an example to other people out there who have survival skills and have survival schools and have schools that they teach everything at, wilderness self-reliance to urban self-reliance, and we'll be the example to them from here on out of this is the way things should be done and have been done over the past thousands of years, and we're not doing anything different. We're just leading the way by showing that as an example of how it still should be to this day.
I hope people come out to Pathfinder events and see for themselves that self-reliance builds strong individuals, and strong individuals build strong community.
Absolutely. Community awareness is huge out here, and passing on this tribal knowledge to our youth is what's most important in today's society, because if we don't pass it on to our youth, it's going to die with us. This weekend has shown me that the people at Maine Primitive Skills School are serious business. They know their stuff. They're after the same like-minded goals that I'm after. They just approach it from a different perspective, and that's what's important to understand. The people were friendly. They work with my people great. They work with my instructors great. They work with me great. They were totally respectful. They were totally helpful. Everything that we did, we worked together to meet a common ground goal of passing on the tribal knowledge and learning from each other, and I think that the Maine Primitive Skills School did that better than I could have hoped for.
'Cause your heart and my heart are very good friends, trying to dance to different tunes.